Today's Hometown Heroes program. Our Hometown Heroes brought to you by Roxbury Truck Repair and by Phillips Iron and Metal. And also the Thief River Falls Regional Airport. Joining us in studio today is James Larson. Jim, good morning.
Good morning, Mark.
Good to have you in.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks for coming in, too. We appreciate it. You come in, so the road's a little bit slick out there, aren't they?
It's still a little bit slick. Yes, they are.
Yeah, so be careful out there, certainly. You want to make sure that you get to your destination and get there safely. So, again, be careful. All right, Jim, we want to find out a little bit about you. And first off, tell us a little bit about where were you born and raised?
Well, I was born right here at the hospital in Thief River Falls. I grew up in the Holt area and spent my life there. Went to school in Holt till 8th grade, and then went to the big school in New Fulton and graduated from there in 1967.
Okay. Now, that was when Holt still had the school then?
Yes, there was still 8 grades in the school in Holt at that time.
Yeah. What year? Do you remember what year the school closed in Holt?
I can't remember for sure. I think it was somewhere around 1971 or 72.
Okay, early 70s, right?
Yeah, but it was downsized then. It was just like, I can't remember, 4 grades.
Okay. Now, of course, the old school building still sits there, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it brings back memories probably as you drive by, huh?
Yes, yeah, it does.
We want to talk a little bit, when you got out of school, what did you do?
I started AVTI in Thief River, and then I went there for a couple of months, and I was tired of having to be at a certain place at a certain time, being told what to do, so I joined the Army.
Okay. Where you really got told what to do, right?
Yeah.
All right. So what were your plans going into the Army? Just for were you planning to go in there for a few years, or did you have a long-term goal at that point?
No, it was just, I joined because I knew that was a lottery I was going to win. They had the lottery at that time. So I joined, and I had an option maybe of getting a job, an MOS that I could use that I would, other than infantry.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I went in, I was a wheeled vehicle, track vehicle mechanic, did some of that.
Okay. Did you enjoy your time in the service?
In retrospect, at that time, no. I just couldn't wait to get out. Mm-hmm. And in hindsight, that was probably about 3 years of 3 of the best years of my life.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Getting out of the service, then, what did you do?
Then I went back to school.
Back to school again.
And it wasn't nearly as bad being told when I had to be someplace or where I had to be.
Okay. And what did you get into then when you got graduated school?
I went to architectural drafting.
Okay.
And I finished that course, and my instructor back then hadn't had very many people finish the course. You had to have so many hours. Mm-hmm. And I finished everything he had, and I still had a lot of hours left, so he threw a mechanical drafting book at me and said, take a look at this. So I went through that, and he took a bunch of my drawings over to Arctic Cat, and I got an interview at Arctic Cat, and they hired me as a mechanical draftsman.
Okay. And how long were you there then?
I was at Arctic Cat for 38 years.
Wow, that's a long time. That's a long time. And, of course, you were probably in with the ups and downs of Arctic Cat, too, huh?
Yep. When they went bankrupt, when they filed Chapter 11, then I worked at Steiger down in Fargo for a few months, and then I came back here and worked at Forsberg's and worked nights at Arctic Cat after they started up. And eventually Roger Skyme convinced me I should come full-time. So there was, I think, 5 or 6 of us in engineering at the time.
Okay. And Mr. Skyme can be very persuasive, can't he?
Yes, he can.
We've had him on the show. It's a good one to talk to, too. So you look back at all those years working at Arctic Cat, you must have enjoyed it because usually you don't stick around that long if you don't at least have some fun doing it, huh?
That's correct. It was one of those jobs where I didn't mind getting up and having to come to work, go to work in the morning, and no, I liked it.
All right. Our guest today is Jim Larson. We're going to visit with James a little bit more in just a moment. Want to let you know for all your truck repairs, Roxbury Truck Repair of Thief River Falls. For maintenance and repair, it's Roxbury Truck Repair. Phillips Iron and Metal, of course, stop by and see them for all the metals. They are here, whether it's to buy or to sell. Phillips Iron and Metal of Thief River Falls. Our guest again, James Larson. Of course, Jim, you are now active with American Legion.
Yeah, yes, I am. I'm with Post 427 in Newfoundland. I'm currently the adjutant there. Head commander. I was the post commander for 4 years. Dave Meyer is the commander now. He wasn't at a meeting when we had election of officers one night, so you know how that works.
So, yeah, that's right. You're very active, and you guys, although you don't have a building over there, you're a very active post, aren't you?
Yep, we do get a lot of things, a lot of programs. We stay busy.
Mm-hmm.
Our post, we have a room in the community center. Mm-hmm. They had a Legion building at one point in time, and there was a trade done with the city. We gave the building and the lot to the city in exchange for being able to use the community center to hold our meetings at.
Okay. How many years ago was that? Do you recall?
I do not remember how long
That's a
ago.
while ago, though, isn't
It's
it?
quite a while ago.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But again, very active. In fact, I saw you guys involved with the big celebration over Christmas and at the school up there.
Yes, that has gotten bigger ever since they started the Home for the Holidays thing. We used to have we would make up bags for around 100 kids, and now we're pushing 300.
We were there this year, and I couldn't believe the lineup of kids. It was just like the movie Christmas Story, where they're lined up all the way down and around. So that's great. It's great to see the kids be able to get to go visit with Santa, and it's good that you guys are involved with that. So
Well, it's a good thing. We enjoy having the young ones come there. Even some of the older ones I can harass a little bit.
that's right. One of the other things, Jim, and for those that don't know, if you ever drive north of Holt and between Holt and Middle River, you'll see there's one place you cannot miss that is all lit up by lights, and that's your place, right on the west side of 32. Jim, you've been having Christmas lights for how many years now? Because it's a beautiful display.
I cannot remember how long it is. Somebody gave me a string of 25 lights for a birthday present, and I put those up, and then it just kind of went
Spiraled
crazy.
out of hand from there.
Kind of lost control.
In town here, and I'm sure you've seen like Coach Pete's place over there, who's lit up and he's got all kinds of stuff.
It is amazing.
It is amazing. It's wonderful. But for those that go out north of between Holt and Middle River, your place is amazing too. You've got wonderful stuff. And is it tough to keep up every year with that?
It's getting tougher as I get older. My wife keeps telling me the higher stuff on the house and on the shed has got to get lower. It's tougher to go up and down the ladder.
Oh man, I hear you.
But I would. There's one very, very special display in my yard. If anybody notices, there's 3 candles that are set off kind of by themselves, and those 3 are for my 3 heroes. Talk about hometown heroes. I know of 3 of them that are superheroes. In February of 2009, I had a pulmonary embolism, and the ambulance was called, and there are 3 people that came and got me to Thief River to be airlifted to Fargo through a blizzard, I'm told. Through a total whiteout. It started out just fine, and I've been told by my brother it was turned into just a whiteout. You could not see the road. And that driver, known as Mark Allen, just made it through, got me into the hospital. They got me airlifted out, and but those 3 people have been that's my tribute to them, is those 3 candles in the yard. That's Mark Allen, Steve Holm, and Marlene Peterson.
Oh, well, thank you very much. But it's a beautiful display that you have set up there, and I encourage anybody to look at it when they go by. It's wonderful.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So when do you turn the lights off?
They'll go off this Sunday.
This Sunday? So
After
basically
the
12
12th
days
night.
of Christmas. Okay, yep, that's what I was thinking. It's a great display, and we love to see it each and every year. Jim, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Thank you for your service. We thank you, and thanks for being our hometown hero today, too. We
You're
appreciate
very
it.
welcome.
And if you have any advice for the youngsters growing up nowadays with today's kids, any advice to give the kids as they get ready for graduations and moving on in the world?
You're asking the wrong person for advice. I would just say that you need to appreciate this country we live in. Salute the flag and kneel for the cross.
There you go.
That's about all I can say.
Good words of wisdom. Good words of wisdom. James, thanks for being our hometown hero today. Appreciate it, and thanks for your service.
Oh, you're very welcome.
James Larson, our guest today on Hometown Heroes, brought to you by Roxbury Truck Repair and by Phillips Iron and Metal.